engine is a 1917 A12 Fiat heavy-duty BIS engine, which means second generation. And the thing that's so wild about it, it's water-cooled, and it was one of two engines on a heavy bomber.
Wow.
And this is all original. We're fitting
A
it in.
bomber.
A bomber, World War I bomber.
It's insane. And that's going to drive this car.
Yeah, oh, I think it'll pull
What are you
it down
going to
the
What are you
road.
going to name this one?
They're all beasts.
Right, they're beasts of some sort. Yeah.
We'll come up with something horrible on it.
Oh my
But
God.
they all have that on it.
Oh
This
man.
one is the one we're going to campaign up in this is a 1912 Oldsmobile Defender.
Look at that.
It is unbelievable.
This is it's an incredible.
Is that something or is that something?
That is amazing.
If it were a locomobile, it'd be $4
And
million
it already
for
had this light,
is.
or you added that? It was there. That was there.
Oh, everything was here.
All. Why would they have? It's a spotlight of some
Yes,
sort. So it was
it's
like
big
a cop
spotlight.
car or
In
something.
1912, this was it. Look at it. But whoever did this put on the best body builder that he could get. He put on the best and most expensive bits and pieces on it.
Yeah.
All these lights and everything.
Incredible.
They're absolutely incredible. This car, it was the most perfect car I'd ever seen. I had to have it. I was going to put it in the living room. And I said, wait a minute, I have to take the fenders off. I'll screw it up, do it. So I left. It's set for 4 more years. It's been 8 years.
Oh my God.
So Andreas went in and cleaned the plugs, and he this and that, and he did this and blah. And he got up here, and I'm sitting there like you are right now with your camera right here. And I said, oh, hell, it's never going to start. And he goes like this. Boom!
Come on.
Honest to God.
Just started right
crossed
up.
my heart, started on the first crank, and I about had a fit.
Same.
Everything on this thing is just unbelievable.
That is just amazing.
Wonderful.
I mean-
Look at it. This is the original piece that came off of it. These are all original stuff. And I've got this, which is the only copy of the very first. Harley Earl did this in '38. This is a '38 Buick. It was the first concept car they ever made.
Really?
And this is the only copy of it, and it's in metal.
My
And I've
God,
got
look
the
at
only
this.
copy. Harley Earl had it from '38 to '57. This was the only car that they had for General Motors, and every year they would, oh, we'll put in the new dashboard,
Yeah.
and they changed everything on
My
it.
God, yeah.
First concept car designed and built just so people could see what was coming in the future. They'd say, hey, we don't like that, we like this though. And he used the gun sight off of I think it's a P-51 or a P-40, and that was Harley Earl's.
Jesus.
Look at this thing. I mean,
Incredible.
it's just an incredible
Amazing
car.
car.
Now, I get a kick out of this.
I bet.
Always starts.
That's
Electric
amazing.
windows, and that's what it had. Push button.
Electric.
In 1938, up until 38, everything had separate fenders and running boards. This is the first one that would enclose it, that was actually built by
Oh.
General Motors to show what was coming in the future. This was the
first one.
car. That one is, and that's the one that's in their vault to General Motors, and $10 million they got it insured for. They never take it out. They let Johnny Leno use it.
Yeah.
But not on a road, on the airport access road, and never
Yeah.
in traffic.
I bet. Yeah.
You see this thing right here?
Yeah.
About 2007, I got a kind of itch to do something different, so I contacted some friends and I said, look, I want something really unusual, something that nobody else has. And the guy says, I know a guy that just found something in back east at a farm auction. And he says, I'll have him call you. He calls me up, he said, this engine, 3-cylinder, open crankcase. This is total loss oil system, so there's no crankcase with it, but everything, every bearing is lubricated on it. You can see the front.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going to add this on it because they didn't have it on there. This is I think it was started around 1900 and finished by 1903. It was built to be a race car. the thing that holds the oil.
Oh, that's the
you
oil.
meter the oil to the various component
Oh,
parts
I
of
see.
the car.
Okay. All right.
We researched it out. It was built by A.C. Stewart at the turn of the century.
Wow.
While he was in Barney Oldfield and Garbetts here in California, they all wanted him to build his race car. So he built their race cars and a lot of the engines and stuff on it. Consequently, this just set and was used as a test bed. And he had a place right there on First Avenue in downtown in LA. And he was building this as his racing engine. Cast all these pieces. This is all
handmade.
Now, when did roller tappets that come in?
I don't know.
About 1950s.
So he was ahead of the.
Yeah, he also made that carburetor, and that also he sold those. Those have been sold at the turn of the century here in the United States and in London. It's a 3-cylinder, 4-liter engine.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, it is absolutely
I mean,
crazy.
especially
And
for
he
the
designed
time.
It is the first purpose-built racing engine made in California.
That's an historical thing right
That's
there.
a very historical thing.
Yeah.
10 after 1910, he decided, well, what's he going to do with the damn thing? So he donated to the Los Angeles Historical Museum, and they did what they always do. Put it in the basement, and there it's set.
How did you find out the history of this thing? I mean,
You
it
can
must.
look it up. Honest
So
to
it's-
God, A.C. Stewart. Yeah, he said, I got photographs. I got a whole deal on it.
Wow.
So I bought the damn thing. I've got the steering, the whole thing. The steering is exactly, I got 2 steerings. And this is exactly what the steering is in that one. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No. That
So
is-
I've got 2 of them.
Oh my
And
God.
that's going into this. We've designed
What year is
car.
this?
This is 17. It was a Rio Speedwagon or a Rio truck. But it looked funny because it was so damn long. So here's what we did. We're fitting an extra set of wheels on the back. So it's a 6-wheeler, 2 wheels in the back, 1 and the 2 in the front.
2 wheels in the
So it'll
back.
be
Oh, I see.
6-wheeler.
So that's an axle.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a 6-wheeler. And this
Interesting.
is a friend of mine, a wood guy. He's unbelievable. This is all mahogany, and this is a copy of the 2020 McLaren Speedtail. And then of course, I put my iconic. fin
Yes.
on it.
Yeah. The great.
And
fin.
it's just making it up. I had to design a body and everything. That's what we're doing. Andreas and I are going to finish this. It's just exciting. We get to create.
No
The
kidding.
juices flow.
We're very fortunate to have such a great guy as
By
Andreas.
the way, just a point of interest,
Yes.
I think you'll get a kick out of
All
this.
right.
Since this is an Italian racer,
Uh huh.
these are pizza pans.
Oh my God.
Something else.
I'm telling you.
But they're pizza pan, honest to God. So all I build is boat tails.
Right.
And the reason I build boat tails or torpedoes is people say, well, how come you always build a boat tail?
Right.
It's a nice way to end the car. And how many do you see here? There's 362 cars here. He said, got it, you're the only one. Maybe 2.
Right.
So I said, okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah. Now you figured it. Yeah.
I did it in aluminum first. This was done in aluminum, and the aluminum, when we put on the wood, we strapped down and went, and
Oh my God.
so then we used the aluminum as a buck, and we made it a big buck for fiberglass. And a friend of
Jeez.
mine owned Catalina yachts down here in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
And we took it down there, and he cast these up for us. And the reason for that is there are safety reasons. First of all, we get all the wood on them. They will take a rollover at speed,
And no damage.
and no damage. I mean, well, yeah, you get damage, and your head gets torn off.
Well, yeah, but nothing to the car.
But, nothing
Yeah.
but
Right.
at least it
Yeah.
doesn't crush down to nothing. It's for safety. So
under-
that way there's no brakes on any of these big trucks when we get them, because they're all over 100 years old. The reason people say, well, how come you always want a fire truck? So fire truck. Well, let's see. In 1915, this one cost about $9,000, $8,500. That was, and Model Ts cost $300. This was equal to about $500,000.
Wow.
They only have 15, never found one, and I've had 10 of them, never had one that had more than 15 100,000 miles on it. They're not broken out, they're
Right.
broken in. They're, for the first 10 or 15 years, they are under the guidance of the fire department.
Yeah.
They say, every 3 days you're gonna do this, you're gonna grease that, you're gonna walk, and that's what they did for 15 years. So they never worn out, they're just worn in. You get two reactions. It's one from the competitors. Oh shit.
Oh, Gary Wills is here again. Oh my
And one
God.
from the people.
Yeah.
We always win a major trophy.
Well,
haven't been into
nobody does what you do. I mean, it's incredible.
We always are right up in the winner's circle somewhere, and even if we don't, we always have friends.
Oh,
and
my
new
God.
friends because we talk to them and they want to know about it, and I love to talk to people.
You always blow me away, Gary, with all of your incredible
It
cars.
is a lot of fun.